If you're shopping for a simple wooden platform bed, you've probably noticed that most options at this price point either feel flimsy, start squeaking after a few months, or are just a pain to put together. The Mellow Naturalista Classic promises something different, a solid wood platform bed that's affordable, easy to assemble, and doesn't even require a box spring. After going through what buyers have to say, I think this bed's biggest strength is that it feels much more premium than its price suggests. The first thing that stood out to me is just how often people mention the build quality. This isn't one of those lightweight particle board frames pretending to be wood. Buyers repeatedly describe it as solid, sturdy, and surprisingly heavy-duty. Several reviewers specifically mentioned the thick wooden legs and center support, saying the frame feels rock solid once everything is assembled. One family even bought it after going through multiple broken bed frames, and they say this one has handled plenty of jumping, flopping, and everyday use without any issues. Assembly is another area where this bed gets a lot of praise. Normally, furniture reviews are filled with complaints about confusing instructions or missing hardware, but that's not what I'm seeing here. Most owners say the instructions are clear, every piece is labeled, and all the necessary tools are included. Quite a few people even managed to put the bed together by themselves in under an hour, with some finishing in as little as 20 to 45 minutes. One feature buyers really appreciate is the thoughtful design. Instead of loose wooden slats that slide around over time, the slats attach with Velcro straps, keeping everything securely in place. There are also non-slip strips that help keep the mattress from shifting, and protective pads on the legs to prevent the bed from sliding across the floor. They're small details, but they're the kind of things that make the bed feel much more refined than you'd expect at this price. Another big advantage is how quiet it is. A lot of people bought this frame specifically to replace squeaky metal beds, and many say that's exactly what it solved. Once assembled, reviewers consistently describe it as stable and noise-free, even after weeks or months of use. If you've ever been annoyed by every movement making your bed creak, that's definitely a plus. Storage is another bonus. With the 12-inch platform design, there's plenty of space underneath for storage bins, luggage, or seasonal items. Several reviewers mention using that extra clearance to keep their bedrooms much more organized without needing additional furniture. Now, it's not completely perfect. The only complaint I saw come up more than once has to do with the finish. A few buyers who ordered the natural pine version say the color looks a little more orange in person than it does in the product photos. Most people still like the appearance, but it's something to keep in mind if you're trying to match existing furniture. Assembly, while generally straightforward, can also take a little patience. A few reviewers mentioned getting temporarily confused about the orientation of the legs during set. Once they figured that out, though, the rest of the build went smoothly. So who should buy this bed? I'd recommend it for anyone looking for a sturdy platform bed without spending a fortune. It's a great option for master bedrooms, guest rooms, college students, teenagers, or anyone upgrading from a noisy metal frame. If you like clean, minimalist furniture with a natural wood look, this bed fits that style really well. Who shouldn't buy it? If you're looking for something with an upholstered headboard, built-in storage drawers, or a more luxurious statement piece, this isn't really designed for that. It's intentionally simple, and that's part of its appeal. Overall, I think the Mellow Naturalista Classic is one of those products that quietly exceeds expectations. Buyers consistently praise its solid wood construction, sturdy design, thoughtful features, and surprisingly easy assembly. Aside from the natural pine finish looking slightly warmer than some people expected, there really aren't many recurring complaints. If you want a reliable, noise-free platform bed that feels like it should cost more than it does, this is definitely one of the better values available. You can check it out from the link in the description.